Alright, notes on logarithm basics. So, everything in math has an inverse. Talked about this a little bit a couple classes ago. The inverse of addition is subtraction, the inverse of division is multiplication. Squaring something, you can square root something. So how do we undo, inverses undo each other? How do we undo this x in the exponent? Well, you do something called a lovely logarithm. So y equals 2 to the x is the same as log base 2 of y equals x. Okay? Logarithms are just a function, alright? So, I am really, really big on how you read them. So, log base 2 of y equals x. Like, I'm so big on that that I might give you a quiz question that says, how do you read this in words? And we'll, we're going to play Battleship. It's going to be awesome. So, some ways to remember how to convert it, which is the most important thing, the thing that you're going to do the most often, is I think how to read it correctly is what makes it the easiest. So keep in mind, you have log base some number of some number and then equals some number. Well, if you put these in alphabetical order, B-O-E. If you put those in alphabetical order, you would get base equals of. And that is exactly how you convert them. Okay, so keep in mind this guy, like base equals of 2 to the x equals y. And we'll do a bunch together, so don't worry. A couple things to know, especially when it comes to using your calculator with logs. One thing is if you just see a log of x like this, that means log base 10 of x. Just like when we do a square root symbol, we don't put the little 2 there. So it's something that you're assumed to know. So commit to memory. The other thing that's really helpful to know is the change of base formula. So this is kind of awesome because your calculator, and maybe the fancy calculators that you guys have nowadays are a little different, but if you got rocking one of the old school ones like Miss Holly had, if you had something like this, you couldn't put it in your calculator because your calculator only had this guy. So what you did was this is actually equal to the log of 14 over the log of 6. So the base number goes into the bottom, base to the bottom, that makes sense. Okay, and then the 14 goes to the top, so that these could both be base 10. Kind of neat. Good thing to know, really, really helpful when you're doing these in your calculator. So let's practice converting a couple of these. So I always like to think, and it's really cheesy and awful, but there's a lovely Snoop Dogg song, and I used to play a clip of it on notes, but I don't have it readily available to me, and it's really just an awkward moment. But you take, this is the base of an exponent, this number right here, when you're raising something. So you take the base and you drop it like it's hot, just like Snoop Dogg would do. Alright, and then you flip-flop the other two. So y goes here and m goes here. Okay? So, same deal. Log, base, drop it like it's hot, and then flip-flop the other two. Alright, una más. Log, drop it like it's hot. Alright. And there you go. When you're going back the other way, I always do base equals of. Base equals of. Base equals of. And it's even something nice to just write down at the top of things so that you have it at your disposal. If you write at the top of your sheets base of equals, and then you have equals, what did I just do? Base equals of. Miss Holly, what are you doing? Base equals of. Then you can kind of compare and contrast and see where things go. So base equals of 10 squared equals 100, which is true. Alright, so go ahead and try these ones on your own, and then flip over to the back of this, and you, I sectioned your notes up into 3 shorter videos, so if you want to listen to them and you go back to study, you don't have to like sift through a video to find the other one.